Hey, today we're talking about sets. The first thing we have is brackets and braces. Sometimes you hear them called braces and sometimes you hear them called brackets. And that's this little symbol, and that's our set notation. So that's what we're going to talk about first. In this particular problem, it tells you that U is the set of counting numbers 1 through 20. And so what's special about U is that's the universal set. So anytime you have sets, they're going to give you an overall set that you're picking numbers from. So for example, I wouldn't have the number 22 in this set. I wouldn't be examining 22 at all because it's not in the universal set. So what the first one tells me to do is I want to write out the set X. And this line right here means such that X is an element. So that crazy little E right there means it's an element of the set. So what this notation in math means is that I want to find all the values that are in this set such that it's divisible by 3. That means what numbers 3 goes into. So if I look at my universal set, I know, let me write them out. I know it's messy, sorry. Trying to hurry. Okay, so there's my universal set. I want to know of these red numbers which ones 3 goes into. 3 will go into, rather. So 3, of course, goes into 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Now, I wrote it out really sloppy, but I think you get the point. So this blue region right here, this blue set of elements, would be all of the numbers from the universal set that are divisible by 3, meaning 3 goes into them. So the blue part would be your answer here. Okay, looking at the second one, it says find all the X in this universal set such that X equals 2 times n. Okay, now what 2 times n means is that it is a multiple of 2. So if we look at the red numbers, forget that any are circled with blue, let's pick green this time. I want to know which one of these, this means divisible by 2, or it means 2 times a number, a whole number. Okay, so the ones that are divisible by 2 would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Okay, so that's how we would write that particular one out. And that's how you do it. Okay, now I want you to write out this particular set. And what's important about this one is see these symbols? Let's fix that. There it goes. See these symbols? One of them has the little bar under it, right here, and one of them doesn't. So if it has the little bar under it, sorry, I'm having trouble with the computer today. If it has the little bar under it, that means you're going to include the number, and if it doesn't have the little bar under it, that means it doesn't include it. So if I'm reading this set out really fast, it says that X is between 0 and 5. Okay, so I think we can get that part. But it can equal 5, but it doesn't equal 0. So what this symbol right here actually means is, if I read it backwards, X is greater than 0. So X is more than 0, but it doesn't equal 0. So if I was writing this set out, it's more than 0, but doesn't equal 0. So that would start with 1. Now let's talk about 5. It says it's less than 5, but also equal to 5. Okay, so that's how that set would look. Let's try another one. Okay, so this particular set, X is between 4 and 7. I know it equals 4. So I'd have 4, 5, 6, but it's less than 7, but it doesn't equal 7. So we would stop our set right there, and that's how that one looks. You'll say, now what's n? N is called a natural number, and those are your counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to ask you what are counting numbers, what are whole numbers, what are real numbers, but that is something that if you teach upper elementary that you'll do. Alright, so now we have sets A and B, and so you'll see that the set A is actually the set of multiples of 3, 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, and the set B would be the multiples of 2. Now I ask you two things here, A union B and A intersect B. Okay, so this symbol right here means union. And what union means is any set that's in A or in B. It doesn't have to be both, but it's in either A or B. So if I'm going to make the list of what's in A, and I could even do them in order. So if I don't make you do them in order, but the textbook's going to make you do them in order. So I know there's a 2, and I know there's a 3, and I know there's a 4, and I know there's a 6 because there's a 6 in both of them. I only have to write it once. There's an 8 and a 9. There's a 10. There's a 12 in both. 14, 15, 16, 18's in both, 20, and 21. Okay, so what this green set would be is the set of all values that are either in A or in B or in both. And union has another, in math, union is also used with the word or. So it's in A or it's in B. Okay, so that's how that one would look. Now the other symbol, let's use pink this time. I wrote the B like that. Let's try again. There we go. That's a little better. So this symbol, the upside down U, means intersection. And what intersection means is and. So this time we only want what's in A and B at the same time. So for example, 2, it's only in B, so we wouldn't take that one. 4 is only in B, so we wouldn't take that one. So you're only looking at what they both have. So if we look at both of these lists, I see a 6 in common. There's no 8 and no 10. I see a 12 in common. There's no 14 over there. There's no 16 over there. There's 18. I see an 18 in common. Double checking. There's no 21 or 15. That's it. So my only numbers that are in both sets at the same time are 6 and 12 and 18. And that's what the intersection means, that upside down symbol. That means they're in both sets at one time. And that's how it would look.